What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bees. I'm a wife, a mom, a military veteran, a certified personal trainer, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I am using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm the most active on Instagram and TikTok. You can find me here. In addition to I just joined Blue Sky, you can find me under Erin B. So come and follow me over there. The vibes are immaculate, I must say. Immaculate. Immaculate. That's the word. Today we have a video that was sent to me by Julie Anderson. If you don't follow Julie Anderson, you should follow her. She's hilarious and she is doing such incredible things within the anti-MLM movement. So go follow her, subscribe to her channel. And Julie Anderson, thank you so much for sending me this video that was titled JP Going Off. So I can't wait to share it with you guys. I have so much to say, and I hope you do too. So drop your comments below. And if you'd like to become a member, click the join button because I'm actually reacting to this live with members and you're seeing the edited version. So we have a lot of fun, I'm told. So come in and hang out, click the join button if you would like to, and let's get to it, shall we?
We are a couple days away from shipping our very first products with Make Wellness. And my friends, this is an exciting, busy, crazy.
I don't know what it is, but when he says my friends to people trying to manipulate them, in my opinion, it makes my eye twitch. It makes my eye twitch because it is so manipulative. My friends, you don't know the people that are watching this video, Justin. You just want them to feel like they know you. Yeah, I don't love it.
Awesome time. We had an unbelievable pre-enrollment period. We had a record-setting pre-order period. But you know how it is. Whenever you have success or something really positive or a force for good is going to happen in the world.
You think you're a force for good, a multi-level marketing company? Justin, are you for real? By the way, how's Canada going? How's that working out? Oh, you have people there that allegedly can't participate in the business plan, but have been doing all this work for free. That's wild. That's wild, Justin.
You have the noise, right? You have all the detractors and the disinfected and the people that, they're the haters, right? Well, I normally am a dreams over drama kind of guy. I am like, you just keep moving on and just focus on the dream, not the drama. Sometimes you should respond because it starts affecting other people that you care about.
Okay, first, can you imagine a retail brand doing this? The CEO or one of the people within the C-suite of the company saying, listen, guys, we've had some reviews. We've had some people that I used to work with that are speaking out and we don't like it. It's affecting people, doing business with the company. Can you imagine even for 1 second a retail brand doing something like this? No, only in multi-level marketing does stuff like this happen. And I love how he's saying, I usually focus on the dream, but sometimes you have to address it. Why? Why do you have to address it, Justin? Is it because people are listening to somebody that was very close to you that is now speaking out against how predatory MLM is and you're doing your best to control the damage? That's interesting.
Right. So I had a gal I used to work with that had a positive working experience for a number of years. Her most successful years of her career were when we worked together.
Are you trying to take credit for her success? That's wild. Didn't you, Justin, used to charge people for your leadership training? People in your downline? That's weird. And dare I say unethical in my opinion. Now, I'm pretty sure I know who he's talking about, and her name is Lisa. On Instagram, you can find she's got several highlights where she is telling her story. And I think it's a fabulous thing when somebody is telling their story that, the call is coming from inside the house. I think that is really powerful. So check it out if you want to. But let's hear what Justin has to say about this.
And she left my former company, went to another direct sales company.
Soul People, just to fill in the gaps, for what Justin's not going to say here. By the way, did y'all hear that Soul People allegedly has been sold recently? I just can't help but ask, where y'all going? Y'all going so soon? What happened?
A couple months ago, has since left that company. In fact, last week she left and did a post saying she was going to burn MLM or network marketing to the ground. You're like, oh.
We love that because that's exactly what's happening. Multi-level marketing is in this downward spiral. I know he wants people to think that things are going really well. I don't think they're going as well as he thinks. For example, it's been alleged to me that people in Canada have been told, oh, yeah, you can do this. You can absolutely do this business. Oh, we're not open in Canada yet, but you can do this. And there were even messages in chats and team chats and groups, and oh, you just have to do this and this and this. Come to find out, they've been working for free this entire time, allegedly, and can no longer participate in the business, but have allegedly recruited people into it, because at that time they were only recruiting people into it. So, how does all of that work? See, this is a perfect example of how people in multi-level marketing do so much work for free. If you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, it's fine. I'm in an MLM. I don't care what company it is. I'm in an MLM and I am hoping that in the next 3 to 5 years I'll be able to retire my spouse or make 6 or 7 figures." It's not going to happen. MLM is in a downward spiral. And what is happening, in my opinion, is these new companies open up and people from other companies bring their team members and customers from the other company. They move up the ranks really quickly, and then they wait for the next company to open, and then they join the next company and they do the same thing. And these people need to stop trusting their uplines, many of which, I'm not necessarily saying Make Wellness is doing this. Many MLM companies offer those uplines special deals, bridge contracts, special bonuses, things of that nature to bring their teams and customers over from the previous company. So stop trusting these people, because they are dependent on you coming with them so that they can replace their income as quickly as possible, while you at the bottom of the pyramid are the one that's just buying the products. It's costing you money. They're funding their lifestyle off of your purchases. Just think about that. Run the numbers if you don't believe me.
Okay, well, she wanted to start with me, or with me, or with my business and network marketing in general. The claims are, I'm not even going to waste your time trying to get into all of them. It's everything from just...
I'm sorry, you're not going to waste your time, but you're going to put out this video where you are ranting and raving and trying to discredit somebody speaking out, which I think he's referring to Lisa. You're trying to discredit what she is saying. Why? Because she was part of your inner circle? That seems really familiar. It's almost like that happened to me when I started speaking out about Prove It. Weird how that happens, huh? That's advocacy. When somebody that has experienced something starts speaking out so that other people don't fall for the same kind of scheme, that's advocacy. That's an amazing thing. And you'll notice that people that are being impacted by somebody speaking out and doing the right thing, in my opinion, the first thing that they go to is they try and discredit what that person is saying. If that doesn't work, then they go with ad hominem attacks.
The most laughable to ludicrous to, all of everything between the little partial truth to take a weird narrative, that kind of thing. But there's two specific I thought were just to kind of give you a flavor of it that I thought were worth addressing. The first one's about my dad. And talk about low blow, you're like bring someone's parents into it. But she talks about how my dad served prison time, which by the way is true. My dad served in the lowest level at a prison camp for mistakes that he made at the end of the 08 crisis, economic crisis in the real estate mortgage world. What she fails to mention is really two things. One is I'm not my dad, and maybe fortunately for all of our kids, that the sins of the parents aren't the sins of the kids, right? But then the second thing is she fails to mention that I am so proud of my dad. And I am so, it was one of the best leadership lessons I've ever watching.
Everything is a leadership lesson to this guy. First of all, not everything has a lesson. Sometimes things just happen and it sucks. I don't know the situation that he's talking about with his dad and real estate or any of that stuff. I don't have any of the particulars when it comes to that. But I find it interesting that out of all of the things that have been mentioned about Make Wellness, the products, Dr. Jen, all of that stuff, he's going to be the most upset about his dad being mentioned, which I can see where he's coming from. But at the same time, if your business is so incredible and so upstanding, if you will, I guess that's the word that I want to use there, why would you not be addressing some of these things instead of trying to discredit somebody that's speaking out for unethical practices? I just find that really interesting.
Him take accountability and pay the time and go have a life-changing really experience and come out a better person Instead of being bitter, be better and restart your life at age 60 and go rebuild yourself. It's a story of grace. It's a human story of forgiveness. It's a beautiful story. In fact, it's not a big secret. I've shared it on, leadership stages. It's a really beautiful story.
So it's okay for you to use your dad's story on stages, but it's not okay for other people to talk about it? Am I understanding that correctly?
I'll put it in a book at some point. Humans. It's a really beautiful story about humans.
Oh yeah. Nothing says I love you, Dad, like taking advantage of his story and monetizing it. Cool.
And I don't know how your life has gone, but man, for most of us, we've watched people go through all of it. And I was so proud of how he handled that. Second thing she brings up is one of my partners, Truman Hunt, and tries to paint him as a scumbag. Man, there may not be someone of higher rapport and higher reputation in the entire direct sales world than Truman Hunt.
That whole statement is ironic. You were talking about somebody being in multi-level marketing that statistically the majority of people never make any money. Talking about how this person is such a great human. And I believe this person went from company to company, in my opinion, is very aware of how that works. And you're talking about how they're a great human. Cue Alanis Morissette's Isn't It Ironic? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
He was the CEO of a publicly run company for 14 years, served at the head of the DSA. I mean, this guy,
You can't tell me that somebody that is in charge or the head of the DSA, the direct selling whatever, or in charge of multi-level marketing companies is a good human. I don't believe that for a second. That is my opinion, because if you are in an unethical business, collecting a salary and probably benefits, and the majority of the sales force is not making any money and in fact is probably paying to be a part of it, and you're fine with that, you're not a good person, in my opinion, especially when you're coming from company to company, because we'll see a lot of the C-suite executives that will go from like New Skin to Make Wellness or Modair to Amare and different things like that. No. In my opinion, those are not good people.
reputation is beyond reproach. And, when you see these kind of arrows coming, it's just one of those things where success or positive movements, they lead to these, the disinfected and the people that would rather kind of spend their time, spend their life, spend their voice trying to tear you down in the good work you're doing.
Kind of like what you're doing to who I believe he's referring to Lisa. Kind of like what you're doing here. This is the classic, oh, why would you spend your time making such hateful contact? Well, Justin, you may want to write this down, but facts are not attacks. They're just not. They're facts. It's data. It's information. It's experiences of people that were, from the sounds of it, part of your inner circle. So, of course, you're going to try and, damage control and try to discredit what's being said. It doesn't change the facts. It doesn't change Dr. Jen, her history. It doesn't change any of this. It doesn't change that you're using a proprietary blend. It doesn't change the studies that have been done on peptides. It doesn't change any of that. Those are facts. Now, you can not like the facts. That's okay. I get it. However, they're still facts, and those facts are not attacks.
So what I want you to know is this, man, we're roaring. We've got a lot of great things happening, We have an incredible team. We have folks that have run massive public companies, massive private companies. We have people that know how to scale the business. We have an incredible scientific team, literally with labs all over the world, our lab partners, our manufacturing labs, our internal teams. We're coming out with incredible product formulations. I cannot wait for you guys to get those into your system here in this next week or so. With our bioactive precision peptide story, this is a story that is really resonating with people. We think it's going to have a real effect on people's health and helping them to be healthier and happier people.
See, now, when I hear you say this, I'm like, where's the Carfax? Because you're making a lot of really bold claims based off of an unethical business model known as multi-level marketing, where the majority of people make the most money off of recruiting other people and having a team and hoping that those people order the products. Which, do y'all remember, speaking of, do y'all remember when Make Wellness was in like pre-launch prior to August? It may have even been the August 1st. Somewhere around August 1st, I did a live react to this. Do you guys remember when he was talking about the compensation plan and he wasn't sure if he was going to require people to have like an auto ship or a personal volume order. And he's like, yeah, I'm just not really sure what I'm going to do. And turns out that there is allegedly a personal volume requirement. Yeah. I remember that. I remember him kind of going back and forth on this video that he put out. And I remember thinking, there's no way that he, even though he's trying to claim that this company is so different, there is no way that he is going to miss out on that revenue that comes directly from the distributors. There's no way. Turns out I was right. Yeah, gross. But Make Wellness is doing things so different. They're not using a proprietary blend. Wait, yes, they are. They're not, a compensation plan that is based off of recruiting other affiliates. Wait, yes, they are. Because I'm pretty sure that if you recruit a bunch of people and they all have auto ships, you can probably go right on up all the way to the top of this compensation plan.
We also have an innovative and really forward-thinking business model where in a compliant way we can create economic opportunity for families and help them to be better as well. So we're super passionate about it. I think the growth that we've had even so far is indicative of kind of what we're doing and where we're going. This is just the beginning, my friends. Many great days ahead, and I appreciate all your support. One thing I'll also share with you is when you have the doubters and the haters and the noise, you also see who's really with you.
Ew.
And for the 99% of you, probably 99.9% of you, I just want to.
Oh, so he does understand statistics. Here is an interesting statistic for you, Justin. Over 99% of people never make money in multi-level marketing, according to the Federal Trade Commission. But you know that because you're talking about being compliant. And you know that because you're talking about 99.9% of people being positive and being pro Make Wellness and pro MLM. Cool. The anti-MLM movement is much bigger and we're much louder. And we're not going to quiet down.
Say thank you. Appreciate your kind messages and your encouragement and people that are like, we're a force for good in the world. And we can kind of drown out those that would rather just tear you down. So love you and want to give you a quick update.
Love you and wanted to give you a quick update. Cool. Interesting. I bet that if he was referring to Lisa, I bet there were times that he told Lisa when he was making money off of her that he loved her too. But just like we see in many MLM companies, as soon as they stop making money off of them, they no longer love them. Transactional. It's a transactional relationship, in my opinion. So anyways, I want to thank Julie Anderson again for sending me this video. I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious that at the beginning of this, he's like, normally I'm just about the dream and not the drama. First of all, facts are not attacks, Justin. And if your product were that good, if your company were that good, it would be able to receive criticism and you'd be able to not address it or address it if it were important without trying to discredit the person that is speaking out against the unethical business practices. So that's interesting. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. And if you love today's video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because it helps me get the word out so that people don't fall for this stuff. It's really, really important. So thank you for being here. And guys, don't join an MLM. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.